Media and royal commentators frame this as a major reputational crisis for the monarchy.
King Charles has just stunned the entire world with a shocking last-minute revelation that no one saw coming, and that has sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace and beyond. In what can only be described as the most dramatic final speech in modern royal history, the king looked straight into the cameras, his voice heavy with emotion, and declared the words that will change the monarchy forever. I resign. Yes, you heard that right. King Charles has announced his abdication effective immediately, stepping down from the throne and handing full power to Prince William in one explosive moment that has left royal insiders reeling and the public absolutely speechless. But that was only the beginning of the bombshell. In that same historic address, Charles made it crystal clear that the future of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has finally been decided once and for all. And the ruling is devastating for the Sussexes. Let us take you right back to the heart of that unforgettable moment just hours ago. The world was braced for nothing more than a routine health update from the king, perhaps a few polite words about upcoming duties or his ongoing treatment. Instead, Charles stepped up to the podium, looking frailer than ever yet with a steely determination in his eyes that we have rarely witnessed. The room was filled with senior members of the family, top aides, and a small group of trusted journalists. Camilla sat rigidly in the front row, her face a mask of disbelief as the words began to sink in. William and Catherine stood right beside their father, their expressions calm but unmistakably ready for the enormous responsibility that was about to land squarely on their shoulders. Then came the announcement that stopped the nation cold. With his voice cracking under the weight of the moment, King Charles said, "My beloved subjects, after the deepest reflection and with the heaviest heart I have ever known, I have reached the inescapable conclusion that the time has come for me to step aside. I resign. Today I abdicate the throne in favor of my eldest son, William. He is more than ready. He has always been ready. The future of this great institution must be secure, strong, and above all, united under his leadership." Gasps echoed throughout the room. You could feel the shock rippling through the corridors of Buckingham Palace like an earthquake. Charles paused for what felt like an eternity, gathering himself before delivering the second hammer blow that everyone had been waiting for but never truly expected to hear. "And with this decision," he continued firmly, his tone leaving no room for debate, "the future of my son Harry and his wife Meghan is now settled once and for all. They will no longer hold any official role whatsoever within the royal family. Their titles, their privileges, their connection to the line of succession, and every remaining tie to the crown are hereby removed. This is not an act of punishment. This is a necessary and final step to protect the stability, the dignity, and the very future of the monarchy itself." Boom. Just like that, the final chapter slammed shut on Harry and Meghan's royal story in the most public and irreversible way imaginable. According to multiple highly placed sources who were in the room and spoke only on condition of strict anonymity, this decision had been building quietly but relentlessly for many months behind the thick palace walls. King Charles had grown increasingly exhausted and heartbroken by the endless cycle of interviews, books, documentaries, and public controversies pouring out of Montecito. Insiders reveal that he finally reached his absolute breaking point during a series of intensely private conversations with William, where the Prince of Wales laid out in no uncertain terms that the family could no longer carry the constant noise and distraction if the monarchy was to survive and thrive. William is said to have told his father with quiet but unshakable resolve, "The people deserve a stable crown focused on service, not spectacle. We must move forward without the endless drama." Catherine stood silently beside her husband throughout the speech, the picture of grace and quiet strength, yet those closest to her say she was fighting back a mix of overwhelming relief and genuine sadness for the brother-in-law she once hoped could still find his way back to the family fold. Not everyone in that room reacted with the same composure. Camilla's face, according to eyewitness accounts from palace staff, turned ghostly pale the instant the words about Harry and Meghan left Charles's lips, then flushed with what could only be described as raw fury. For years, she had quietly advocated behind the scenes for a gentler approach, hoping to keep some fragile bridge alive, but in that single moment, her influence appeared to shatter publicly and completely. One senior aide was overheard whispering that Camilla muttered under her breath, "This changes everything," before forcing a composed smile for the cameras. Now let us examine exactly what this bombshell abdication and the final ruling on Harry and Meghan actually mean in practical terms. Under the clear and uncompromising new rules laid out in Charles's historic speech, the Sussexes will retain their HRH titles in the most limited and strictly private capacity only, but they are stripped immediately and permanently of every single official duty, every patronage, every claim to royal funds, properties, or any form of institutional support. There will be no more invitations to trooping the color, no balcony appearances at Buckingham Palace, no diplomatic roles, and no further access to the royal platform they once enjoyed. Most heartbreaking of all for many royal watchers, their children Archie and Lilibet will no longer be styled as prince and princess under official royal protocol. The line has been drawn in the sand with absolute finality, and Harry and Meghan now stand firmly on the other side of it. Sources close to the Sussex camp confirmed that Harry received the devastating news through a secure and highly private phone call only minutes before the speech was broadcast to the world. His reaction, according to someone who was present on the line, was one of complete and utter disbelief that quickly gave way to profound sadness. He reportedly kept repeating the words, "Dad, please," over and over, but the decision had already been made, and there was no turning back. Meghan is said to have remained completely silent for a long time afterward, later confiding in a handful of trusted friends that this felt like the ultimate and most painful rejection after everything they had endured. Yet even in the midst of the shock, palace insiders insist the move was not made lightly. Charles spoke with genuine sorrow in his voice when addressing the nation, emphasizing that the crown must be protected at all costs from those who choose to place personal ambition above duty. A remark many are already interpreting as a pointed and final rebuke to the Sussexes' decision to step back and then build a public brand around their royal connections through books, Netflix deals, and high-profile interviews. William, now on the verge of becoming king in every meaningful sense, stepped forward briefly after his father's abdication to address the nation with the measured strength and quiet authority we have come to expect from him. "My father has served this country with unwavering devotion and dignity throughout his life," he said. "I will continue that proud legacy with Catherine by my side, focusing every day on service, unity, and the British people who have shown us such incredible support." There was no mention of Harry, no olive branch extended, and no hint of hesitation. It was a clear, forward-looking vision for a monarchy that is now firmly under new leadership and determined to heal the wounds of the past. The internet has already erupted into absolute chaos in the hours since the speech. Social media platforms are flooded with reactions ranging from heartbreak for Harry and Meghan to outright celebration that the years of family drama may finally be coming to a decisive end. Royal commentators who have followed every twist and turn of this saga for more than a decade are describing this as the most bold and consequential move any British monarch has made in modern times. One veteran palace reporter, speaking live on air only moments after the address, declared breathlessly, "This is not simply an abdication. This is Charles choosing the very future and survival of the institution over the personal feelings of any one family member, no matter how close. And what about Camilla in all of this? Well, sources who remain close to her inner circle say she is not only devastated by the abdication itself, but utterly blindsided by how swiftly and publicly the fate of Harry and Meghan was sealed without any further discussion. For years, she has been portrayed in certain circles as the steady hand attempting to keep some measure of peace. Yet today's events have left her looking increasingly isolated as William prepares to assume full control of the royal agenda. Whispers are already circulating that certain private summer plans and family privileges she once enjoyed may now come under urgent review in the new regime. As the sun sets on King Charles's reign, the British monarchy stands at a historic crossroads unlike anything we have witnessed in our lifetimes. A bold new chapter is beginning with William and Catherine at the helm, supported by a tightly united front of senior royals who have chosen duty, service, and the long-term survival of the crown above all else. The relentless drama that once threatened to tear the family apart has been brought to a sudden, dramatic, and seemingly permanent close. If this shocking abdication and the final decision on Harry and Meghan's future has left you as stunned and speechless as the rest of us, hit that like button right now, subscribe to stay ahead of every breaking royal update, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single twist in this historic saga. Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe King Charles made the only possible choice to save the monarchy? Should Harry and Meghan have been given one final chance at reconciliation? Or was this decisive action the only way forward for a stronger and more united royal family? Thank you for joining us as we unpack one of the most explosive chapters in royal history. Stay tuned. Day